Welcome back. Today we are diving into a brand new, highly anticipated explainer in our We Ask AI series. We are looking at an absolutely massive, classic David and Goliath matchup in the 2026 World Cup round of 32. We've got Thomas Tuchel's star-studded powerhouse England side going head-to-head against the historic, incredibly resilient Cinderella run of Sebastian Desabray's DR Congo. We've taken all the data from this clash and put it under our advanced AI microscope. Now, I'm going to save the final exact score prediction for the very end of this explainer because honestly, the tactical journey to get there is just as compelling as the result itself. But before we get into the heavy tactical weeds, I want you to consider a truly striking data point. Just think about this for a second. Can a team with a mere 30.6% average possession actually successfully dismantle a heavy tournament favorite? Now, you might be wondering how that's even possible. Well, in modern football, having less of the ball isn't always a sign of desperation. Sometimes it is evidence of a flawless, deliberate, and highly calculated plan. Letting the opponent have the ball so you can win the game is one of the sport's greatest paradoxes, and as we're going to see, DR Congo executes this strategy to absolute perfection. And that brings us right to our second massive question. How exactly will an elite attack, featuring absolute world-class superstars like Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, and Bukayo Saka, break down a defensive wall that has kept an unbelievable 29 clean sheets in their last 57 games? I mean, really let that number sink in for a moment. 29 clean sheets in 57 matches. It is literally the ultimate unstoppable force, meeting a completely immovable object. To answer these questions, we didn't just rely on gut feelings or basic punditry. No way. We fed literally millions of data points into our AI system and ran thousands of rigorous Monte Carlo match simulations to generate one absolute definitive prediction. The match flow you are about to hear might genuinely surprise you. Now, if you enjoy this kind of deep, data-driven explainer, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on all your notifications, and drop a like right now. It really helps out. Oh, and definitely leave a comment down below letting us know exactly which matchups or football topics you want our AI to analyze in our future explainers.
Section 1. England. Pragmatic tournament favorites. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this by starting with the massive giant on paper, England. Thomas Tuchel's squad isn't just a random collection of elite, expensive talent anymore. They've actually evolved into a highly pragmatic, well-oiled machine built specifically for the grind of tournament football. Just taking a look at their Group L performance, their sheer dominance is completely undeniable. They finished the group stage totally unbeaten, logging 2 wins and a draw. They scored 6 goals while only conceding 2. But look at these underlying metrics. They averaged a massive 69.4% possession, fired off 20 shots on target, and racked up a staggering 24 corners. They clearly have absolutely no problem pinning their opponents deep in their own half. However, as we saw in their highly frustrating draw against Ghana, finding that one final killer pass against a deeply set low block can sometimes be a real struggle for them.
Digging a bit deeper into the tactical setup, Thomas Tuchel relies on several absolute core pillars. Crucially for England, Declan Rice returns from injury to anchor the double pivot in midfield. This is a game changer because it instantly solves the scary transition vulnerabilities they showed earlier in the tournament. Tuchel is also deploying very cautious inverted fullbacks. We're looking at O'Reilly on the left and Spence on the right. Now, this specific setup forms a rock-solid defensive base, keeping them secure from counterattacks. But it does carry a big risk. It might isolate Harry Kane all alone up top. And honestly, that's exactly why this England side leans so heavily on the sheer individual brilliance of players like Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, and Anthony Gordon, as well as their incredibly dangerous and well-rehearsed set-piece routines. Section 2. DR Congo. Counterattack Kings. Now, let's flip the script completely and look at the most exciting Cinderella story of the entire tournament. The Leopards of DR Congo are playing with this immense, unyielding physical power and boundless energy. I mean, their 52-year journey just to get back to this stage is the stuff of absolute legends. Their very last appearance at a World Cup was way back in 1974 when they competed as Zaire. Think about that weight. To get here this time, they first had to win a nail-biting, dramatic playoff against Jamaica, sneaking by 1-0 in extra time. Then, in Group K, they completely shocked the footballing world by holding a heavily favored, star-studded Portugal side to a gritty 1-1 draw. And they sealed their advancement to this knockout stage with an absolutely stunning 3-1 comeback against Uzbekistan, a match totally spearheaded by the brilliant Ioanni Wissa. Now, what's really interesting here is a statistic that almost sounds made up, but it is 100% real. Sébastien Desabre's defensive record is absolutely mind-blowing. Under his management when fielding their main squad, DR Congo has literally never been beaten by more than one goal. Never. They simply do not collapse. No matter who they are playing, they stay incredibly focused, highly disciplined, and make every single minute on the pitch an absolute total nightmare for the opposition.
So how do they do it? Well, the Leopards have a highly specific and incredibly lethal arsenal at their disposal. At the back, Chancellor Mbemba commands the back line with flawless, commanding defensive leadership. He is the absolute general. Up front, the dynamic duo of Yoane Wissa and Cedric Bakambu are just primed and ready to punish any defensive gaps with blistering, rapid-fire counterattacks. Then you add in Arthur Masuaku's constant overlapping threats from the left wing, and you combine all of that with a level of high physical stamina and discipline that simply does not drop for the entire 90 minutes. When you put all those pieces together, you can easily see why they are so incredibly dangerous and frustrating to play against.
Section 3. Tactical Clash and Key Battles. Let's look at how these two very different styles will meet on the pitch.
So how exactly will these two completely contrasting footballing philosophies collide? Well, the possession battle pretty much tells the entire story of this match. As we established, England is going to hold roughly 69% of the ball, meticulously trying to dictate the tempo, probe the lines, and force an opening. But here is the kicker. DR Congo is perfectly comfortable with that 31%. They don't mind not having the ball. In fact, they want to absorb that pressure. They are going to sit deep in a compact low block, stay perfectly organized, and just wait for England to make one single tiny mistake. And when they do, DR Congo is ready to pounce forward like a coiled spring. Now, when we map out the pitch, the most critical area is glaringly obvious. It's England's right flank going directly up against DR Congo's left flank. England has a known vulnerability here. Due to circumstances, they are forced to either rely on Jed Spence or adapt Ezri Konsa slightly out of his natural, most comfortable position. You better believe DR Congo knows this, and they will aggressively target this exact area over and over again. With Arthur Masuaku relentlessly pushing up from the back and Yoane Wissa constantly making darting runs in behind the defenders, they will test England's makeshift right side all game long. Truly, this is the key micro-battle that could easily define the entire outcome of the match. All right, so keeping all that in mind, what exactly are the tactical steps England must execute to actually unlock this massive defensive wall? First and foremost, they have to remain incredibly patient and simply survive the mental frustration of DR Congo's low block. They cannot force things and leave gaps. Second, the very second they lose possession, Declan Rice has to step up immediately and suffocate any central counterattacks before they can even get started. He is the ultimate shield. And third, and honestly perhaps most importantly, if open play just isn't working for them, they absolutely must capitalize on set pieces. They need to use the immense aerial dominance of guys like John Stones and Mark Gahey to muscle in and find that crucial breakthrough. It might be their only way through. Section 4. The AI Prediction Matrix. As you can see, this matchup is a highly complex tactical chess game. And that is exactly why we turn to the incredible processing power of our AI model rather than just guessing based on gut feelings. So the crucial point to understand here is that this prediction is fueled by a massive, comprehensive matrix made up of 12 foundational data points. We are talking about deep, objective data. The engine processed current FIFA rankings and ELO points, as well as the exact performance data from the last 10 official matches for both teams. It crunched highly detailed expected goals, or XG, metrics. It factored in both attacking and defensive efficiency ratings, pass accuracy, and possession percentages. It looked closely at total shots and shots on target statistics. But it goes even deeper than that, analyzing the current form of individual players, specific real-time injury and suspension reports, and historical tournament performance trends. By throwing all of this into the blender and running literally thousands of Monte Carlo simulations across all these variables, the AI was able to mathematically model the most probable flow of the entire 90 minutes. This isn't magic, folks. This is pure data science at work. Section 5. Final verdict, match flow, and exact score reveal. The moment of truth. Okay, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Based strictly on the immense data matrix we just explored, here is exactly how the AI sees the narrative of this game unfolding. For the first 60 minutes, prepare yourselves, because it is going to be a highly frustrating, tense affair for England. DR Congo's low block will stand absolutely firm, completely denying Kane and Bellingham any space to operate in the final third. But the game shifts between minutes 60 and 75. This is when the AI predicts Thomas Tuchel will start utilizing his absolutely elite bench depth, bringing on fresh, rapid legs like Marcus Rashford or Ollie Watkins to change the dynamic. As we hit those final 15 minutes, from minute 75 to 90, the sheer, compounding physical toll of chasing the ball for over an hour will finally catch up to DR Congo. This fatigue is going to lead to the very first real, exploitable defensive errors of the match.
England's relentless depth and ball circulation will eventually crack that heroic resistance. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer power of having absolute game-changers waiting on the bench in a World Cup knockout match. So, after running all those thousands of rigorous simulations, balancing the unstoppable force against the immovable object, the AI's definitive final score prediction is
2-0. The AI confidently predicts that England will defeat DR Congo 2-0 in regulation time. The early frustration and tactical stalemate will ultimately be overcome by smart tactical adjustments and the sheer overwhelming wave of elite attacking depth in those final 15 minutes. It will be a hard-fought battle, but the data points to Thomas Tuchel's side finally breaking through and advancing to the quarterfinals.
But hey, now we really want to hear from you. Do you agree with the AI's data-driven model? Will England secure a pragmatic 2-0 win? Or do you think DR Congo has enough magic left in the tank to pull off a historic, world-shocking upset? What is your exact score prediction? Please let us know in the comments down below. Let's get a debate going. And again, if you haven't already, please drop a like on this explainer, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss out on any of our future deep dive analyses. And don't forget to tell us in the comments what you want us to cover next.
Before we sign off, just a quick but important reminder. This prediction is based solely on AI analysis and complex statistical modeling. As we all know, real football is beautifully unpredictable, and actual results out there on the pitch may vary wildly from what a computer thinks. But it does leave us with a genuinely fascinating thought to ponder. If a cold, calculating machine can perfectly map out the beautiful chaos of a 52-year Cinderella run going up against a pragmatic giant, what does that actually mean for the future of the beautiful game? Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next explainer.